Hello my dear students of second preparatory stage. أهلا بيكم طلابنا الأعزاء لمرحلة الصف الثاني الإعدادي لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. النهاردة لازم أعرفكم زي كل مرة إن إحنا حلقتنا تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Let me just tell you briefly what we are going to do today in our session. Today we will continue our revision on the previously explained units, unit 1, 2, 3 until 6. We are going to revise some tenses in the grammar area, vocab words, how to write the writing paragraphs we used to do before, and a lot of stuff. So now I want you to get ready with your copybook for any extra information. يعني عايزاكم تبقوا جاهزين بأي كراسة فاضية. Maybe إن انتوا ممكن تبقوا محتاجين تكتبوا أي معلومات زيادة معايا. So it can help you while studying later on. يعني ممكن تساعدكم بعد كده في المذاكرة. So get ready with your pens and your copybooks. Okay? So let's have our session now. يلا بينا نبتدي الحلقة. Okay, my dear students. So now let me show you the objective of today. By the end of this session, you will be able to revise the previously explained lessons as I have just told you. هنراجع الدروس اللي احنا شرحناها throughout the previous 6 units في ال6 وحدات اللي فاتوا. Okay? Now for the vocab words, let's remind ourselves of them. خلينا نفتكر ايه some of the vocab words which were previously explained أو اللي شرحناها في الوحدات اللي فاتوا. We have here in the box daily, which means حاجة بعملها بشكل يومي, something I do every day. We have routine معناه routine يعني حاجة يومية أنا متعودة عليها أو حاجة في الأسبوع بعملها كل أسبوع, بعملها كل يوم. So now for the sofa means الكنبة. For the text like text message or يعني رسالة نصية. And way يعني الطريق. So let's have now some of the sentences that we need to fill in using these words. I go to the baker's with my mother. Space, we always buy bread in the morning. So can you guess what's the missing word here? Let me show you. It's daily, which means I go to the baker's with my mother daily, يعني every day, كل يوم. Okay? So here, I go to the baker's. Baker itself means the person who makes bread, الخباز أو الشخص اللي بيعمل الخبز والكيك وكده. When I say bakers or butchers, يعني when I say apostrophe s with the job, لما بحط apostrophe s مع الوظيفة معناها إن this is the place itself, معناها ده المكان نفسه. So when I mention the bakers, I mean the place itself, the shop itself. Okay. So for number 2, come and sit on this space, 4 people can sit on it. So here I have to put sofa. Come and sit on this sofa. Okay? So here 4 people can sit on it. I saw Ahmed's father on his space to work this morning. So what's the suitable word here? Definitely it's way. On his way. For number 4, we do the same thing every day when we are on holiday because my family like to have a space. Routine, something we usually do, حاجة متعودين بنعملها. Then number 5, can you space my mother for me because my phone is not working? So I guess the suitable word here is text. Can you text my mother? يعني to send her a message, يعني نبعت لها رسالة. And then we have other words in a box. Feed يعني يأكل أو يغذي. Share بنعمل sharing أو بنتقاسم حاجة. Tap الحنفية. Typical يعني حاجة identically the same, حاجة طبق الأصل. Village القرية. So we have here number 1, on a space day, Reem gets up, goes to school, and then helps her mother in her shop. So what's the suitable word here? Can you guess? Definitely it's on a typical day, like any other usual day. يعني زي أي يوم عادي. For number 2, Hassan forgot to bring any food for the picnic. احنا قلنا قبل كده picnic means like a short trip أو نزهة قصيرة, maybe in the park for example. But we can space our food. So here, share our food. Share, نتقاسم. Okay? For number 3, I live in a city. مدينة. but my grandparents جدي وجدتي live in a small space in the country. So here in a village, because city is bigger than a country. Okay, so here a village means قرية. In England, a farmer doesn't need to space his goats in the summer as they can find their own food in the mountains. So what's the suitable word here? Can you guess? Let me show you my answer. Feed, to feed the goats, the animals, okay, like the sheep, for example. My uncle has a space in his garden and he uses it to water his plants every evening. So what's the thing which is missing here? Definitely it's tap, حنفية. Then complete the sentences with the correct verb in brackets. Okay, let's remind ourselves of the previously explained tenses. التنسز أو الأزمنة اللي احنا شرحناها طول الأوقات اللي فاتوا الحصص اللي فاتت. We introduced the past simple, the past continuous, الماضي البسيط والماضي المستمر, the present simple and the present continuous, مضارع بسيط ومضارع مستمر. So let's now remind ourselves of them. فادي space not wear a jacket today because it's very hot. هنا today, when I talk about something like today or like something I usually do, يبقى احنا هنتكلم on or about the present simple or the present continuous. When it comes to something like a fact or like a habit, حاجة متعودة بعملها أو حاجة حقيقة في الطبيعة, in this case I use present simple, بستخدم المضارع البسيط, which means I add s to the verb or I add infinitive verb. If I have a plural subject, يعني لو عندي فاعل جمع بحط infinitive verb, يعني بخلي الفعل زي ما هو من غير إضافة أي حاجة. When I have a singular subject, يعني لو عندي فاعل مفرد بحط s or es or ies with the verb. Okay, so this is for the present simple tense. For the present continuous, I have am, is, are plus ing. This is my rule for the present continuous tense اللي هو المضارع المستمر. وكنا دايما بنلاقي حاجة like something I do now, okay, or like keyword like now, at the present, at the moment, look, listen. All of these are keywords for the present continuous tense. So let me show you here the answer. Fadi is not wearing a jacket today. Let me circle with my pen here, because here today I am talking about a specific day. يعني هي حاجة مش بيعملها فادي طول الوقت. So when I talk about something specifically now or today, so this means I have to use the present continuous tense, المضارع المستمر, which means I added is and not, because here I have not, here is, we have a negation here, يعني عندنا نفي. So I say isn't or is not wearing. ing are added here to the verb wear, يرتدي. Then why space those cats space climb that tree. واضح جدا هنا ان انا I have to fill in with two verbs. So of course which tense I'm gonna use here, انهي زمن المفروض استخدمه. Definitely it's present continuous. Am, is, are plus verb plus ing. So here why those cats. So do I have here a plural or a singular subject? عندي فاعل جمع ولا مفرد? Definitely it means or it's clear that it's plural, ده جمع. That's why I have to add are and then climbing. Okay, because I'm talking about something that is happening now, بيحصل دلوقتي مش على طول. Number 3, my cousins space not stand under the tree, they sit by the fountain. So here I have two parts. Maybe I'm gonna use present simple أو تقريبا هستخدم حاجة ليها present simple, مضارع مستمر ومضارع بسيط. Okay, so let me show you my answer and then I will explain. My cousins are not standing under the tree because they don't do this every day. هم مش كل يوم بيقعدوا تحت الشجرة. So now I am talking about something which is happening now only. يعني حاجة بتحصل في الوقت ده بس. That's why I used here present continuous اللي هو المضارع المستمر. Okay? And of course I added not because I have not here. But here they space by the fountain. Again, it's something they are doing now. They are sitting. And as you see here, it's sit with one T. I added or I doubled the letter T because I have a vowel. Vowel يعني حرف متحرك before the last letter. لما بيكون عندي حرف متحرك من ال vowels زي ال I, O, U, E, O, I double the last letter. Okay, like sit. Okay, like swim. What space Ahmed space eat? It looks very nice. So here I'm talking about something which is happening now. So which means I have to add am, is, or are plus ing to the verb. So Ahmed is a singular subject and I refer to him by he. That's why I have to add is and then eating. Okay? For number 5, I space listen بستمع to the music now. I have a keyword already. زي ما قلنا some keywords are related to the present continuous tense. يعني عندي like now, at the moment, at the present, look, listen. كل الحاجات دي أعرف إن أنا لازم أحطها مع present continuous المضارع المستمر, which means am, is, are plus ing. So here I add I am listening. Okay? Then we have again some of the vocab words of the previously explained units. Communicate means يتواصل, okay? And usually communicate is followed by the preposition with. يعني بيجي بعدها حرف الجر with. Communicate with. Lazy, which means كسول, doesn't want to do anything. Repair, it means fix, يعني يصلح حاجة. Sign language دي لغة الإشارة. The deaf people are using, اللي هم الناس الصم, okay? والبكم بيستخدموا لغة الإشارة دي. This is called sign language. Okay? So let's have some sentences and we have to fill in using the suitable word. My little brother is very space. He always wants to stay at home and watch TV. So he doesn't want to do anything. This means he is, definitely he is lazy, كسول. It's an adjective. Number 2, we need a computer engineer, يعني مهندس computer, to space our computer because it doesn't work. So why do we need him? Definitely to repair the computer, to fix, يصلح. Number 3, Shadi is deaf. He doesn't listen. Deaf يعني أصم, مش بيسمع. But he understands us because what are we using with him? Definitely it's the sign language, لغة الإشارة. And for number 4, it's usually easy to space with people in other countries if you speak English. So definitely it's the left one, communicate with, because I have here with, communicate with, يتواصل مع. Then complete the sentences with the correct form of the words. Here, Basil is a computer engineer. هو مهندس computer. He usually space repair computers, but today he space visit his grandparents. So I have here keywords. Usually, can you remember? The keyword usually is related to which tense? يعني تبع أنهي زمن? Yes, usually, always, sometimes, often, never. كل دي keywords أو كلمات أو clues بتدل على ال present simple, المضارع البسيط. Okay? So, which means I have to add s or es with the singular subject, or to leave it in an infinitive case if I have a plural subject. I have here he, so I have to add s or es. So it's going to be repairs, okay? Computers. But today he's doing something differently. يعني بيعمل شيء مختلف. Not used to do. يعني مش متعود عليه على طول. This is something which is happening now, which means present continuous. He is visiting his grandparents. لأن today هنا معناها إن هو النهاردة بيعمل شيء مختلف. النهاردة بس مش كل يوم. That's why we used here present continuous أو المضارع المستمر. Then number 2, the police officer space talk at a school today. Today he's doing something different. But he usually space around the streets. So the police officer, yes, is talking. Then is talking at a school today. But he usually, yes, definitely I have to add s, drives around the streets. Number 3, Nader space not usually work in the shop, but his brother is ill. أخوه تعبان. So he space there today. خلوني أفكركم بحاجة. Not usually work, which means I have to add negation. لازم أحط negative form هنا. بس negative form مع present simple بتكون بإيه تفتكروا؟ Yes, I guess some of you remember. Don't or doesn't. لما بحب أنفي حاجة in the present simple tense, I add don't or doesn't plus infinitive verb. So because here I have nadir, which is a singular one, I have to add doesn't plus usually plus work. When I add don't or doesn't, I shall add infinitive verb. يعني بحط الفعل في المصدر بعدها. مش بضيف لي أي حاجة. And if I have a keyword, so the keyword is to be put between doesn't or don't and the infinitive verb. Okay? So it doesn't usually work. For the second part, of course, I have to add present continuous tense عشان عندي something which is different today. So he is helping there today. Number 4, the street food seller usually, again I have a keyword of the present simple tense, usually, yes, it has to be makes. فلافل طبعا هي the same in Arabic, فلافل. Okay, but he didn't make any this morning, so he space cheese sandwiches. النهارده المطعم ده بيقدم حاجة مختلفة النهارده بس. So this means I have to add after he, yes, present continuous. He is selling. بيبيع حاجة مختلفة النهارده. For the language part, complete the sentences with the correct form of the word again in brackets. It's important to drive careful when it's raining. So careful, let me remind you of something. We have adjectives and adverbs, صفات وأحوال. يعني لما أقول he is careful يعني هو على طول بياخد باله من الأشياء أو من الحاجات. بس لما أقول he drives carefully يعني بيقود بحرص. Okay? So the difference is إن أنا careful is changed to or changed into carefully by adding ly. أنا حولت من الصفة للحال. Okay, so after the actions أو بعد الأفعال أو بعد verbs بحط دايما adverbs. Okay, adverbs that are ended in ly. Okay, so like here, carefully, it was careful with one L, then I added ly to be carefully. So here, number 2, the children are singing loud in the playground because I have here singing. Yes, I shall add after the verb. لازم أحط بعد الفعل حال, adverb, which means ly to be added to the adjective. So it's going to be loudly. Then number 3, the bird is flying very fast. But here we have something irregular. حاجة مش هنحط لها ly. Fast is fast as it is. Adjective or adverb. There is nothing in English called fastly. مفيش أي حاجة في الإنجليش اسمها fastly. It's fast as an adjective or fast as an adverb. طب أعرف إزاي هي هنا adjective ولا adverb؟ لو أنا عندي verb like flying, like running, like writing. So I add fast as an adverb, okay? But when I have is or was or were, verb to be يعني بيجي دايما بعدها adjective, fast. بتبقى برضو fast بس بتبقى adjective. So here it's going to be the same, fast. Number 4, our football team will play because they are playing very, مش هقول goodly. Good in the adverb form is well. Okay, دي برضو irregular, حاجة مختلفة. Okay, for the vocab words, you can catch a plane from a port or an airport. Definitely, الplane بتبقى في الairport, المطار. الport نفسها معناها الميناء اللي هي فيها السفن, الships. When you invite a person to your house, he or she is your space worker, guest or shop worker. Of course, it's guest, الضيف. Then for number 3, when you go on holiday, لو انت عندك اجازة, you can put your clothes in a suit or suitcase. Suit يعني بدلة, suitcase يعني شنطة سفر. Definitely, I put my clothes in a suitcase. Number 4, when two people get married, they have a birthday ولا wedding. Definitely, it's a wedding, حفل, زفاف. Number 5, if you are tired, لو انت مجهد, why don't you space a rest? Have a rest or be a rest? Definitely, it's an expression calls have a rest. يعني تأخذ بعض الراحة, قسط من الراحة. Okay, we have here some of the vocab words in the previous units. Patron, لو نفتكر الباترون ده اللي هو المتبرع أو اللي بيشارك في تأسيس حاجة أو بيتبرع بحاجة لإنشاء like charity مثلا, جمعية خيرية أو حاجة زي كده. Scientist يعني العالم. Sports coach المدرب. والsurgeon الجراح. دي الجوبس اللي احنا قلناها وكانت في unit 3. Exactly. A space teaches people how to play or improve in a sport because I have a clue of a sport, so I have to add a sports coach, المدرب. Number 2, a space knows how to look inside the body to help people who are ill. طبعا حد اللي هو المفروض ان هو بيكشف عن الناس او بيعمل عمليات, طبعا السيرجن او الجراح. Number 3, a space does experiments. Experiments يعني التجارب العلمية to study and find out يكتشف about how things work. مين اللي بيعمل التجارب العلمية؟ طبعا ده الساينتست. And number 4 a space gives money to people or places. طبعا ده الباترون أو المتبرع. Here, complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in brackets. Uncle Rashid space born in 1961. طبعا هنا المفروض أنا in عندي in plus any year ده معناها على طول past simple tense. So verb to be in the past is was or were. So it should be was. Number 2. He space start playing chess when he was very little and he was always very good at it. Then it should be started playing. Started because I have when and it means something already done in the past. He space play a junior chess competition يعني منافسة للعب الشطرنج للصغار when he was only 12. طبعا he played. And for number 4, he space aunt Reem when he was 20 and they get married in 1983. كل ده معناه ان احنا we have to use the past simple tense, which means here I have to add met, the irregular form of meet, و get بتبقى got in the past. For number 5, again, in 1990, he space become the number 1 chess player in our city. Become, the past simple form of it is became. Okay? So, after finishing that part, I have the part of how to make a question. But let me explain it in details on the smart board. So, let's have now this part on the board. Okay? So, get ready with your copybooks. So, now let me remind you of how to make a question. Okay? هنفتكر دلوقتي ازاي ان احنا كنا بنعمل question او ازاي بنعمل سؤال in the present simple tense exactly. خلوني كده to show you the slide. Here, use the words below and make suitable sentences or questions. Here we have, for example, when and born. Okay? Now we will remind ourselves of the present or the past tense, which tense we are going to use here. For example, here, when were you born? When were you born? So here, why did I use or why am I using here the past simple tense? Because already something done in the past, so I'm asking about. ولما مش بتلاقوا هنا subject معين like he, she, it means I'm addressing you. يعني أكن أنا بخاطب اللي قدامي. You. As if I'm using the pronoun you. Okay? So, you is agreeing always with the form where of verb to be. When were you born? متى ولدت. Okay? Another one. How go school yesterday? I have yesterday, I have a clue. أنا هنا عندي clue of yesterday أو امبارح, which means yes, I'm going to use the past simple tense. Okay. So here, how go school yesterday? Remember, after how, if I have WH question word and I have a verb. لو أنا عندي WH question word like when, where, why, who, وعندي verb عادي جدا. So in the past I have to add a helping verb. يعني لازم أحط فعل مساعد, which is did. It's always did in the past. Okay? How did, and then the subject you, because I'm addressing you, no subject is here. How did you go to school yesterday? Then, who space your best friend at primary school? Who, it takes directly the verb. يعني مش بحتاج أحط did ولا does ولا do. Who went with you to the club, for example? Who found your lost pen? Okay, بحط بعدها الverb على طول. So it's going to be like this. Who was your best friend at primary school? Okay? Then here, when start learning English? Here I have WH word. Okay? And I'm asking you, يعني أنا بسألك, أنت اتعلمت إمتى English? Okay? So it means I have to add a helping verb, which is did. When did you start learning English? And where you go yesterday? I have again yesterday as a keyword, as a clue. حاجة تميز لي إن ده زمن الماضي البسيط. So I have to add where and then yes, the helping verb أو الفعل المساعد. Always in the past, did. Where did you go yesterday? Like this one. Okay? So now we have some of the previously explained vocab words like charity يعني جمعية خيرية, countryside الريف, emergency يعني حالة الطوارئ, great grandmother يعني جدة عظيمة. natural disaster يعني كارثة طبيعية like الفلود، الفيضان، الدراوت، الجفاف، earthquake، الزلزال. proud it's an adjective means فخور بحد. volunteer means somebody who does any service for you without waiting for anything in return. يعني متطوع بيساعد الناس من غير ما يستنى حاجة في المقابل. Here, my grandmother was born in 1955 and my space was born in 1930. So, of course, it's great grandmother. هنا بقى مش معناها جدة عظيمة، معناها الجدة الأكبر اللي هي جدة مامتي مش جدتي مثلا. Number 2, when you are older, do you want to live in the city or the? So there is a comparison أو مقارنة ما بين المدينة وإيه؟ Definitely, it's the countryside, الريف. Number 3, you can only open this door in a or an such a fire. في fire يعني في كارثة. So it's emergency. And number 4, Mona's mother is a or an at the hospital. They don't pay her for her work. يبقى هي مش بتاخد فلوس في المقابل. This means she is a volunteer. Okay. And here the earthquake was the second what? Of course, it's considered as natural disaster, كارثة طبيعية, in the city this year. My sister passed all her exams with good marks and we are very space of her. Of course, of her, proud of her, يعني فخورين بيها. And I always give money to a space or an that helps poor children. Definitely it's a charity, جمعية خيرية. Okay? Then for the last part, my grandfather plays football when he was young but he can't walk now. زي ما عرفنا قبل كده الفرق ما بين حاجة كنت متعود عليها in the past. I use the verb used to اعتاد أن. Okay? So here, because he already quitted أو بطلها دلوقتي عشان كده بستخدم used to اعتاد أن. Number 2, did Ali space to the shops yesterday? Definitely I have did here, so it means I have to add the infinitive verb. And for number 3, there space a hotel in our city 10 years ago, but now there are 3. So here, there weren't a hotel, definitely it can't. There didn't a hotel, it can't. There didn't used to be, or there isn't a hotel. So I'm talking about years ago. ما ينفعش اختار isn't in the present time. Okay? So the only suitable one is C, didn't used to be. So that was a quick brief about on our previously explained tenses والvocab words برضو. Next time I'll be meeting with you with more useful slides, and I want you to get ready with your copy books for the next time. يعني المرة الجاية تبقوا جاهزين برضو بالcopy books عشان نكمل مراجعتنا للtenses and the vocab words. Thank you so much and see you next time.